Hello, future PMP project management managers or present PMP candidates. Let's start this live presentation about sharing mine and another PMP fresh managers. How did we pass the examination and preparation and all necessary what we need? So let's start. What you see today, first of all, we will present ourselves, who we are. Then you will learn something about how you will pass the exam in Prometric or how we passed the exam in Prometric. You will learn a bit about how to subscribe for the exam. Maybe you already have some information about, but probably this will give you some more details. Then you will see from us, all of us, how did we preparing ourselves to pass the examination. So what we read, which materials we used, etc. We will present you our observation from the exam, meaning our feeling, which questions we encounter, what was difficult, what we found not so difficult, etc. We will give you some handouts to share some materials which we use, and probably some recommendations, some tips for you at the end of webinars. So let's start. Who I am. My name is Branislav Gablas, or Bruno. For some of you might be simpler to call me Bruno. I am project manager, as you know, since 1992. I am project management consultant. I am a trainer of project management, mainly Prince2, Scrum, and Agile. But I want to become also PMP trainer. I am university teacher. I'm teaching project management at the university. I'm also LinkedIn networker, as probably many of you. I'm also director of a small IT company where we develop some applications I might tell you later on. So in fact, my project management experience I am using or testing in my own company. I have many certificates, Prince2 from foundation to professional, Scrum also all certificates, Scrum developer, Scrum master, Scrum product owner, Agile management, DSDM, it is methodology by APMG. It's called Agile Management, but in fact it is DSDM Attern, which is there. I have also Six Sigma certificate and newly also PMP. Well, what was my trigger to learn so many techniques and to take so many certificates? It happened during my Prince2 presentation when I taught my students, and I got the question from someone, what do you think if Scrum is better for managing the teams? At that time I said, yes, I believe so, but I didn't have any idea what is Scrum in fact. When I came home, I said, how could I do it? How could I tell to somebody something which I am not sure about, which I don't know anything about? And this was a significant trigger for me to say, well, if I want to be a good or perfect project management trainer, I must know as many methodologies as I could in order to help people to compare, because there are people coming with some background, for example, from PMP, so I must be able to compare them or to explain why is the Prince2 different, etc. So this was my motivation, and since 2 years ago, I passed about 6 or 7 certifications. The last one was this PMP. In January, I passed this DSDM, etc. And why I share, as I said, I want to become a PMP trainer. So this is a good opportunity for me to share my experience via webinar. So I expect from you some feedback, what to improve, what to do better. I don't want just to become a trainer and start training. I want, first of all, to do it to be persuaded that I am doing it well. I am attracting my audience. People like it. So this is something which I expect from you to give me or give us some feedback. Uh, Now, when we start from the end, I will talk a bit about Prometric. How, what was Prometric? How, which surprise? What you can expect in Prometric? In fact, this is the room which has some. It is separated of two rooms. In one room there is a many computers separated by small walls, and another room is something like monitoring room or supervising room. There is plenty of cameras. There is the license control like at the airport. So I had to see my shoulders, my foot, my pockets, everything. I couldn't take even the box on my glasses there. And what was surprising, there was a box, and I had to put all my stuff there, even food and water, and I couldn't take it until end of uh, exam, while other candidates would have some different experience. So this is how it works in Prometric. I got 4 pieces of paper, pencil, and ear sticks and calculator. That was all what I got. I was told that if I spend the paper, they can give me extra paper, but they must take me the old paper. I was allowed to make a note during 15 minutes. There is a 15 minutes of time between subscribing for exam and starting exam, where you can prepare some notes, write some maths or whatever you need. So this was how it passed. In fact, I didn't have a time to go for some break. Maybe the others would have, but if you calculate 200 questions in 4 hours, it is 100 in 1 hour, 50 in half an hour, uh, 25 in quarter. So I had this pace all the time. So at the end of exam, I had about 3, 4, 5 minutes. So I couldn't have at least time to go through marked questions. So try to answer as the first guess when you are there, because there is no time at the end. I didn't have a time at the end to go through marked questions. Well, now I will how to get to Prometric. It's good if you know the route there, because you should be there half an hour in advance. And if you are delayed after they missing, I think they wait about 30 minutes. If you don't come 30 minutes after your official time, you lose your ticket, or you cannot go for webinar. So there are very strict rules. If you can take a break, okay, but be sure that you can take with you, or you can use your water or some of your food. Now I will pass the, where is my mouse? I will pass the screen to Avani, who will present herself, and who will tell you about how did she pass exam, and how did she, which rules she had in Prometric. Go.
Good. Hello, everybody. I am Avani Tomure. So, since more than 13 years, I am in this software field. I am having overall 13 years of experience in software. I was working as a project manager in India, and later on, I moved to USA. So basically I tried to utilize this time to complete my certification, which was long pending. I wanted to do, it was my dream. So with the job, it was difficult to manage. So basically, my experience is I almost took 2.5 months time for the preparation. So I will just share my screen and what all things I have learned during this duration and what all my learning and what kind of questions I observed in the exam I will share with you. So just confirm if you are able to see my screen. Am I audible?
I am afraid we don't see your screen.
I see you.
Oh, sorry. I have shared my desktop.
Okay, so now we will pass it to Grigor.
Hello.
Grigor, are you ready? Hello.
Hello,
Okay, so
everybody.
prepare your screen, Avani, and next time you will share. Okay?
Okay.
So here is Grigor. Welcome, Grigor. Tell us something about yourself.
Okay. I'm head of IT department at Veneto Banca in Albania. As a background, I am a programmer, desktop and web applications. And recently, I developed interest in project management because we had a lot of projects as a department, and yeah, I had to get certified so I could do everything. Let's say in excuse me because I'm in my car going somewhere, but no problem.
It's great, this
Okay.
kind of presentation.
Let's see. To be honest, I started reading for PMP almost a year ago when I became PMI member, but my reading wasn't very consistent. I read during summer break. I read all the PM book, and after that, no, before that, I read there was a small PMP guide, which was by Microsoft, by Sean Whitaker, if I remember it correctly. And so after the summer break, I had finished the PM book. I got some break to the reading. I couldn't start reading before, let's say, December. And so I restarted reading at December, and at the end of December, I registered my exam date, which was at the 27th of February. And during January and February, I read almost every day, and I prepared using Rita's exam prep and reviewing the PM book and some, let's say, online literature. After doing some mock exams and taking 75 to 80% correctly, I was able to take and pass the PMP exam. So more
Where
or
did
less
you
this
take
was my
simulation? From where did you have simulation exams?
simulation. No, I did not use simulation. I used some. There was a website, PMP Prep, if I remember it correctly. There was the website of Oliver Lehmann, and there were some others which I used, but they were questions, and let's say I took notes about the questions beside in a piece of paper with the answers, and the answers were there. Let's say explained at the end of the exam, but they were not simulators per se.
So let me recap. You were preparing about a year for the exam. Yeah.
I started let's say my PMI membership expires on now at the end of March, so it's almost a year now that I can say that I began preparing.
And books, which books you use?
I used PMBOK and Rita's exam
PMBOK and
preparation
Rita.
guide.
Okay, we will
Yeah.
talk about this later. Okay, thank you. So let's bit continue. You already told about your PMP preparation. So we will now talk how to get to exam. I will take my screen where we are. So here we are. How do we subscribe for the exam? Probably many of you already know that you cannot just subscribe yourself to the exam. First of all, you must get permission to pass exam. So you go to pmi.org. As Grigor said, it's better if you become a member of PMI. It costs about $139, but you have cheaper exam and you have access to, for example, PMBOK in PDF format or many other document as Grigor has mentioned. Before you subscribe for exam, you must be sure that you can provide 4,500 project management hours. It is your experience during last 8 years. So within last 8 years, if you are bachelor graduated or university or this kind of education, uh, you moment. Okay, let's continue. So this is Excel sheet, which is better to prepare in advance. I will share this Excel sheet with all of you, where you have the company for which you work, company address, your direct manager or sponsor at the time, and address. They might contact this person to verify if it's true what you are confirming, the time, month, and year where you worked for the project, name of the project, some summary of the project management task, industry, and your role. You don't need to be a project manager all the time. You might work as the project assistant or team member or team leader, whatever. You don't need to be a project manager. And then you must make allocation, you must estimate the number of months and percentage of allocation. It means how many percent of your time, usually I think it's calculated about 8 hours per day, you work for the project, and then you must split it, which it in fact is the process group, how many hours you spend in initiating, planning, executing, controlling, etc. Yeah, so this is what you must prepare in advance. This form you will have on PMI website, and you will fill it online, but you can stop anytime. So you don't need to do it all in once. You can come back until you get 4,500 hours. Once you get 4,500 hours, this will be closed and will be verified by PMI team. This should be work for maybe half a day. So it's better to prepare in Excel sheet, which I will share with you. And then you must prove 35 contact hours with some kind of trainer or trainings. These contact hours you can buy from external sources, or if you pass a classroom training, then your trainer should provide you these contact hours. Now I will talk a bit about my preparation for the exam. In fact, I also read PMBOK. This was last summer. I took it to my holiday. This was, 2 or 3 kilo heavy luggage. I spend about 3-4 hours per day during 11 days of my holiday just by reading a book. And I must say that I came to risk, I think. And when I was flying back at the airport, I said, what do I know? And this was, I was able to tell it in maybe in 5 minutes what I learned during 40 hours of my learning at the holiday, which I should be spending by some, I don't know, doing some ski swimming or whatever. So I found it as absolutely useless. So this pre-training preparation was, in fact, is if you don't understand the basics, since I am the trainer of Prince 2 and other, PMI is very different from those. So PMI, Prince 2 helped me, for example, to manage risk, quality, change. This is similar in Prince 2, but the overall, for example, integration management or something like this doesn't exist. So I started watching videos. I have prepared some videos. I had the videos from VM Edu. I will share it with you. So how these videos work, this was kind of presentation video which I must try to find in my computer. Okay, I will be talking and I will try to find videos in my computer. What was important for me? Video is finished, so that's why I must start it from scratch, and then it's probably that I must go down with the quality so you can watch the video online. I must go down with the quality of webinar. Started. It's crazy. So probably I will not be able to present you these videos.
It's no problem.
At least I will try to show you the small screen, how it look like. And Edu videos about, I don't know, 1 hour per each topic. Sorry, I will stop it because it's terrible. I can. Okay, so let's go back to my PowerPoint. What I did was I started watching videos, and later I paid webinar training. So I was trained for this on the webinar, and where is my PowerPoint? And this helped me a lot to explain everything from what I needed to know from my all these basics which I read I spent reading on PMBOK. If I knew the basics which helped me with this training, I would understand it much better. So I watched videos, then I took a virtual classroom training, which was cheaper, which was comfortable. I could ask questions. It was quite like standard training. We saw each other as now we see all the presenters. I could ask questions. I had many of knowledge area, for example, questions at the end. There were all the questions about knowledge area, which I used. And then, of course, I used self training. I used books which I had from VM Edu, which is not so heavy, as Rita gave me some basic explanation. I will show you these books. This is the PM study. So this is a workbook which we used during the webinar training, and this is the chapter test and final test, which helped me also to understand with, of course, with explanation, which helped me to understand better how to, well, about PMI. At the end, in fact, my total training, after, if you don't count my preparation, this was about 3 intensive weeks of work. So if I recap it, last summer uh, spent about 10 days by reading PMBOK. In December, I spent 4 days by webinar, and then at the end, I had to interrupt because there was Christmas. Then I took my Agile certification, and in fact, I learned intensively about 3 weeks, which means about, if you calculate 21 days, in total about 150 hours. But it was really very intensive self-training, and what I reached was, I had also available these simulation exams, and I reached about 73 or 75% of success in simulation exams, and also I had about 15 minutes of time, which didn't happen during my real exam, because you are in some bigger stress. But this 73% gave me really the self-confidence that I can pass it. So, as I said, this exam test, take them chapter test. It's good if you take it at the end of chapter, or of each knowledge area, and the final test, take a final test when you really go through all the materials which you have available. So it was, in fact, about 3-4 days before the exam, I took 2 real simulation tests, and I subscribed myself about 10 days before the end of exam, before the passing exam. So I had a real motivation that I must do something. Do not wait that maybe I don't know yet, etc. Really, this was big motivator. I reserved my seat in Prometric. So what is my observation from exam? In fact, difficulty was about 10% more than simulation exam. So if I was about 73, 75 in simulation, in real exam, it should be 63. And in fact, I passed 3 in moderate, and 2 this proficient, three proficient, and 2 proficient, moderate proficient. It means better than average. I don't remember any concrete questions, and I can't even, because of ethics, we cannot tell you, or nobody of us can tell you some concrete questions from the exam. But in fact, there was many math questions. I am good of maths. I like these math questions, and I found that it's a big fear. Maybe Eleni can confirm. It's a big fear of mathematics question, and I am ready maybe to prepare a special webinar, because it's simple if you understand how to use the maths. There was always important to pick up the keyword, because there was very many rubbish stuff, rubbish information in the question, and maybe there are 3-4 words which are important to know to answer. If you start to thinking about all the scenario, then you find that in really there is no answer. You cannot find the answer. I was in time stress, as I said, because my pace was about 100 questions or 50 questions per hour. So at the end, I had about 60 marked questions, and I had the time to go through about 6-7 marked questions, and majority of them I confirmed. I confirmed what was marked. So it's better if you really think which question you mark and you don't have a time, or you mark really have no idea, no clue, and you want to come them back. If you are almost sure, don't mark these questions. Okay, I will now pass. I will now pass Avani, and she will tell you about her experience in taking exam or observation from taking exam. Please, Avani.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for sharing nice information. So I will again try to share my screen. I'm not sure whether you guys are able to see my presentation, but definitely I will explain my experience. Are you able to see my screen now?
No, what happened?
Okay, anyway, I will, what I will do, I will.
Yes, yes, it was okay. It was okay. Go on. Go on, share. It was okay. We saw it.
Okay, so,
Great. Great.
so basically, I think for PMP preparation, everybody goes through the PM walk, as Bruno said, and then Rita is also a wonderful book. So in this Rita, I will suggest you should understand there are two tables given in the risk management process and procurement management. So I have given the page number as well. If you are able to see my screen.
Yes, go on. We see your screen.
Yeah. So I would suggest you should thorough with the Rita process chart and try to play that game number of times. So at least 50 to 60 questions you can attempt based on the scenario, the situation, what will happen next. So this Rita process chart will help you to attempt those questions correctly. Then in the risk management as well, the table is given. When you have to do the qualitative analysis, quantitative analysis, all those
Avani,
questions
sorry,
are based.
we see only your first PowerPoint. Can you go through all PowerPoints? Because we see all your first PowerPoint only.
Okay.
This was only first PowerPoint, PMP exam preparation, but not the others. I don't know if you wanted to switch to other PowerPoints. Just click on them. It's okay.
Is it okay?
Yes. Yes, great. Great, we see it.
Yeah. So basically, I would suggest here the risk management process and procurement management. Try to understand the table given in that, so it will clarify lot many doubts, and it will help you to understand the questions asked in the exam. Then after each chapter of Rita, there are around 20 to 30 questions. So try to solve those questions. And if you have Rita simulator or something, if available, then try to use that one. Then I have used the study material from PMI Learning Center. So in Christopher also lot many questions are given. So around 1,000 questions are available there, which are also very good questions. And another book I would suggest, it is Kim Heldman. So that book also, some of the chapters are very good. So while preparing for the exam, I have collected many free simulator. I have taken classroom training to collect my 35 videos, but later on I have done self learning, and I have gone through various simulator mock questions and prepared for the exam. So if you means I can share all those links with you. So, but in the real exam, uh, I would like to share my learning. So don't study till last minute, because whatever you have studied, it is in your mind, and in real exam, you may find uh, some different questions which probably you would not have seen in your simulator exam. So for me, the all questions were new. I did not find any single question either from Rita or from Olivier. No, all questions were new. And uh, so, and most of the questions were very lengthy. So for me, so don't get surprised if you see some new questions. All questions will be new. They have a huge question bank, and you don't expect any similar questions which you have attempted in your mock-up exams. So try to understand the question. So what I have a trick I have done is, that is my learning. So if the question was very lengthy, I used to read the answers first. And then I used to, from answer, I could actually guess in which knowledge area they are asking the question. And then I used to try, I tried to pick up the keywords from the question. So this helped me to read questions only once, not 2 times. Generally,
I lost your voice, Avani.
question. So our basic target is, in 1 minute you should able to answer one question. Am I correct?
Yes, we lost.
Oh,
Great.
so,
Do you want to continue? Sorry, I interrupted you. Go on.
so for lengthy questions, my suggestion is read the answers first. So it will help you to quickly find out the keywords from the question. And only in one attempt you can read the important portion of the question and try to answer.
Yes, great. Uh, Thank you. Thank you, Avani. This is very strong because the question, in fact, you don't need to know much about PMI. Many questions are really situational, which if you have a real project management experience and you imagine yourself in the situation which is described, you might find the solution. What do you do if one person of your staff is not behaving as you wish? Well, first of all, I will talk to him. I will not go to his boss immediately. This is not a good way. First of all, I will talk to him. And these kind of questions, but I think you will find many similar on the simulation questions. I believe Avani will share with you these materials, so you can download it also with the links which you have. Now I would like to ask Grigor to share, to tell you something about his passing exam. Grigor, it's your turn.
Okay. Excuse me for my video, but it's getting darker here and you cannot see me, so I've dropped
No
the
problem.
video.
It was great
Okay.
experience. I have never had someone, broadcasting from the car. You were not driving, I hope.
I was driving, but I stopped when when we started.
Okay,
So
go on.
I'm waiting to finish so I can continue my journey.
Okay, so
Okay.
now this is your last entry, and tell us something, some your observation from exam taking.
Okay, from the now let's see. From the exam, I can tell that I wasn't able to use the 15 minutes of that were at the start of the exam, the tutorial. They didn't allow me. They said that you cannot use these 15 minutes for taking notes and writing down formulas. So practically, basically, I didn't use the 15 minutes. I used only 5 minutes to go through tutorial, 3 minutes maybe, I don't know, and I began the exam. Uh, it appeared that I didn't need those 15 minutes to write down the formulas because apparently I already remembered them, so didn't lose much. Uh, then let's see the exam, the 4 hours were very long. I did, although take did have time to take breaks. I took 3 breaks of 5 minutes and one big break of 20 minutes in which I, let's say, I relax. I looked at the sky. I looked at the. I took a relaxation break. I did have the possibility to eat something and to drink from my personal stuff, which were in a box. They allowed me that, uh, and also I marked for review a lot of questions. But I will go with the Branislav advice that you need to mark only those questions that you basically are not sure how to respond. Those that you are 80% sure, don't mark them. It's not a good thing to do. Uh, didn't have time to go through all the marked questions. Maybe, I don't know, 60% of them I reviewed, or 70%. The others I didn't have time to review.
It's great
More
because
or less, this was
you
my
had, you had
experience.
30 plus 15 minutes. You had 45 minutes of break,
Now,
and still
20,
review
20 and 15, 35. 30 or 35,
35,
I don't, yeah.
and still you had the time to review 70% of marked questions. Great. You
Yes,
read
yes.
probably very quick English, and
I
you
I noticed
understand.
I noticed that I had a couple of sessions, or a couple of let's say 20 or 30 questions were short questions. So I
Mhm.
went through them very quickly. So maybe that was my benefit, let's say.
Mhm. What about math questions? Do you like math questions? Did you have many of them?
Yeah, I like them, but I didn't have a lot of them. I have, although I have to mention that I had 3 or 4 questions with communication channels, which needed
Oh, I
calculations.
like these questions. This is like somebody gives
Uh,
you, 100 euro on the street. This is
yeah,
very cheap points.
yeah, and didn't have network diagramming questions. So
Mhm.
maybe that was my luck regarding the
Mhm.
time, because they are time consuming. So I don't know. The other questions that I remember were regarding uh, the change process, and regarding as you mentioned, regarding the behavior, the personnel behavior or co-worker behavior. So
Great. Stay with us for if you can a few minutes. I will ask
yes,
Avani.
yes,
What was your prometric experience? Now you see that we have two prometric experience.
Yeah, so
We have I, for example, could write my notes during 15 minutes, and Grigor couldn't. On the contrary, I had to leave all my stuff in box and couldn't take any food, any drink, and he could. What was your experience?
Uh, so for me as well, I have to keep everything in the locker, and I could not carry anything with me. And there was a very strict checking before I enter in the examination room. So, and I got 15 minutes, and instructor came and asked me to go through the instructions, not to note down notes, but
Mm-hmm.
I quickly went through. I used only 5 minutes to go through the presentation, and 10 minutes I utilized. Quickly, I noted down tools and techniques, whatever I memorized. So, and formulas also noted down quickly. So that helped me to attempt the some of the questions,
Yeah.
because of the nervousness, you try tend to make mistakes. So even
How many
formulas
of
with,
you? How many persons took parallel questions, parallel tests with you in Prometric? How many persons were there?
so I could finished my. I did not take any break. My question paper was very lengthy. I got short questions, only 3 or 4 short questions were there. Otherwise, all questions were very lengthy. Around 10 to 12 questions were numerical. Three so related to earned value, and
Mm-hmm.
two three network diagram questions also I attempted. So basically 15 questions, numerical questions I got, and behavioral, not many questions related to the selecting correct tool or technique for the risk.
Mm-hmm.
And for quality, so for quality they had given the scenario, and you have to, from 7QC, you have to identify which tool you should use for a particular scenario. So those questions, lot many questions were there related to selecting the correct tool. Then related to team building also, some questions were there. Conflict management. So lot many scenario based questions. One more thing I observed. The same question was repeated with little bit different scenario after 10-15 questions. So in one question they have given scenario, some different answer was there. After 15th question, again I found the similar type of question, but with some little different scenario was there.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I have now I have the feeling that in Prometric you are something between myself and Grigor. In fact, you couldn't take anything from the box or even the stuff. These 15 minutes or not? Could you take the
Yes,
notes?
yes.
Yes. So similar to as me. So maybe this is the difference. Uh, well,
But I did not get
these
time to take any break. I completed my
yes,
question just
the
15
same
minutes
with me.
before.
I ran. I don't know if I could leave. Maybe I could leave my watch even in box. I don't remember. So I had
Yes,
to. I
you
got.
cannot carry watch even. You cannot carry watch.
It was crazy. The box from my glasses I had to leave there. It was stricter than at the airport. Uh, as I remember, there was many questions on analogous and parametric, where scenario said, well, you are at the beginning and you are comparing your project with similar project in the past. What is it, or which method you used? Yeah. So this was
Yes.
a quite simple question if you understand it. Also, I had some questions about the charts, but this was not said the scatter chart or control chart, but it was described. You have the chart where you have two variables and they depend each other, so it's scatter chart, yes, something similar. Or you have the variables which goes up and down on mean, and this was clear that this is control chart. So maybe you must read in between the lines, which was difficult for me as non-English speaking person. For example, your project is jeopardized. What does it crazy mean? I didn't know really, because I never met these words. So there were a few words which I don't know, and maybe I didn't answer correctly because I was not quite sure about the English which is there, which is used in the exam. But very often they used synonyms of what was in PMBOK. I don't know, to confuse us or whatever. What I remember, for example, be sure about the difference between functional and projectized. And the string, the stupid thing is that you cannot ask the question, because I understand the question, but there is something which I don't, which was not said there. And if I have somebody on the other hand, or if I do it in the class, I could ask, well, what does it mean? I would need some more explanation of this question, but fortunately there is no one who can answer you, and you must then guess what they had on mind in the part which you didn't understand, in fact. I think I had a question on contract types, and again, this was some description of contract, and you should guess or answer correctly which kind of contract this was. I think about schedule compression and network diagrams. I had some network diagrams, one or two, but I don't find it was difficult. And what I say in math questions, they are great, because if you make error in maths, you probably get the answer which is not there. So you know that you you make an error and you recalculate it again. So it
Yeah,
happens
that
to
is
me about 2
correct.
times that I came to the result which was not in the in between the answers. So I said, well, something is wrong, and then I recalculated and found the correct answer. So because you are more nervous as when you learn it at home in quiet environment with a cup of tea. Okay, thank you very much. Avani, you will share this your material with me and other students, PMP candidates, and I will share it with them. I am ready to prepare. I am ready to prepare something which I share, which I prepared for the exam. So let's see. Aha, this is not correct screen. Sorry. Where is the correct screen? Here we are. So when this is my learning technique, others, you guys are learning, but for me, I do manuscript. So it means when I learn, I make a notes, and I make a notes from something which is important, and there is a connection between my head, my eye, my hand, my eye, and my head. What I write, I remember much better and much faster. Maybe this is a reason why I was able to compress my self-study to about 3 weeks or 150 hours. So I make a note, and next time I only read the notes. I used some internet sources, as anybody of us, pardon, and process chart I have for you. I have prepared process chart. I will share with you in few moments. And Rita game. Rita game was nice. I did it 2 or 3 times, always with errors. I never succeeded to pass it, and I didn't do it in order. You know, this you should do the planning part to put everything in order. No chance, no chance. But it gave me some idea about what happens when, etc. Maybe you have the same experience. So I will take this note of this link. I will try to put all what I collect from you and from other PMP managers to either to this link, or I will share it in. I have LinkedIn group or created LinkedIn group project for all, which is aimed to help not only to pass PMP but to pass all the kind of project management trainings, and not only project management, such as accounting, some soft skills, all which project managers can or projects can need. And we are trying to do it in the way that it will be cheap and affordable for many people. Not as now. I saw the PMP training for $2,000. Well, it's really huge money. I paid about less for webinar, and it was great. And I won't become also the uh, webinar trainer of all of my staff. And I have one gift for you, which helped me a lot, and maybe you have the same experience. Uh, where we are, sorry. This is the phrase. Well, I don't know how it looks in real exam, but this is the phrase which I printed out to papers, maybe 3, 4, 5 papers, and hang it around my room. I watched on this. So this was the result which I expected, nothing else. I have one of the project managers, their pride for the result is maybe the same. So this was something which I can't tell you that it helped me definitely, but at least give me some self-confidence. Congratulations, you have successfully passed your PMP exam. This final 1 minute when you finish the exam and they are asking you stupid questions, how did you feel, etc., is like hours, and you don't know the result. But I wanted to see this screen and I got it. Great. And I believe all of you who are watching now or will watch it later will get this screen, and this kind of stuff maybe can help you. So at this moment, I would like to thank both of our presenters. I won't ask first, well, Grigor, do you have something to tell at the end of the presentation?
No, the phrase that you mentioned was, for me at least, was very helpful. The moment that you mentioned it to me, it was about I don't know, maybe a week or 2 weeks before the exam. It gave me a lot of self-confidence because it made me projectize myself at the end of the exam and at the end of taking the PMP. So I was able to enjoy beforehand. I was able to enjoy that moment. So everything after that was a lot more easy to deal with. So it was a very nice advice, and it was very helpful for me.
Great. Thank you, Grigor. I believe that maybe in some other webinars we might talk about maybe banking systems, and you will tell us.
Yeah, it will be my pleasure.
It will be something more interesting. Avani, you have the final. What you can tell? Share us with share yourself with us. Some your, I don't know, final.
Yeah. So that last phrase, definitely that is very motivational. So it was my dream, as I wanted to see the PMP certificate in my hand. So even before the exam, I was dreaming. Means every day, I think 1 week it was very stressful, and I was just dreaming. After my exam, I should see you are successfully come past PMP exam. So that phrase always I wanted to see, and that is good. Means whatever efforts I put, whatever was possible, it gave me fruitful result. And
Great.
I always want to share my experience so that other people also get benefit out of this.
So I am surprised because I saw that I was unique to do so, but you know, this kind of stuff, now I see you, this kind of stuff is probably more powerful than giving any advice. Answer this question this way or answer this question this way. It really gave me self-confidence, and now I am so happy that you got the same idea to memorize or to projectize this result or the screen. I want to see this on the end at the end of my exam. Great. So I will finish my presentation by sharing some what next. Yeah, if this information was useful, I believe so. And then watch our next webinars or future webinars. If you connect the group or use this link, whatever, you will be always informed about the webinars. There will be a record of each webinar. So if you passed any of our webinars, you can see it again anytime if there is something important. Maybe this one was sufficient to see once. I will invite another successful project PMPs which might tell you their stories. And I believe that one time I will invite yourself as successful PMPs. Believe so. Maybe in 3 to 5 weeks. It will depend on your feedback. If you liked it, maybe I will do more or more faster. If there is no feedback, maybe I will do it later or not at all. What I am intending to prepare is to prepare a special webinar about the maths. Maths, I like maths. I don't know why. As a being student, I earn money by teaching others mathematics. And this is very simple mathematics. And if you understand the logic behind, I think anybody can find these questions easy. Really, believe me, you just need to take off the stress of the math, because I heard many people is having stress from any mathematics question. So I will prepare a special webinar on mathematics, and probably I will prepare ebook about mathematics, and I will present it to group members. You will get email notification if you subscribe. If you leave me feedback either here or in my profile, well, I will appreciate if you leave me feedback in my LinkedIn profile. It would be nice, because then I can have more people willing watching these seminars. And also, if you have any questions, contact me on LinkedIn and I will try to answer. And if you need specific questions to be answered during the next webinar, just tell me and I will try to arrange to answer these questions. So at the end, these are the links where we try to share materials, what we use. One of them I will try to present you quickly is moment. I must stop this sharing, and this was and I will be happy to share it with you. Can you see it? Yes. This is a process map which have in colors and shows the processes, how they are in different process groups, or how they are grouped in different processes, which are the connections in between them, etc. I have printed a couple of these also in the places in the shower, for example. I had one in the shower. So when I took a shower, I watched on this and tried to remember how it continues. So the processes were not at all the problem. The order of processes, and also I have another chart where there was some inputs and outputs. So this I memorized. But there is a logic. If you find the logic, you will see that there is a many similar inputs, many similar outputs of different processes, which might help you to understand or to better your exam. So here is the final. I would like to give you a final link to where you find all this stuff. Please download materials from either from this is the link shortener. So by the way, this is our project q9.sk. So this is our small project which we prepared. So this is, anytime you need the link shortener, just go here or download materials. I will load them permanently, so maybe now you will not see everything there. And LinkedIn group is called Projects for All. You are welcome to see. Thank you very much that you took part on this webinar, and I would like to thank Grigor that he is still maybe freezing his car somewhere on the road. Thank you,
Thank you,
Grigor.
Branislav. Thank you very
I
much.
would like to thank Evany. It was great, and I believe you did first step, because as you are project manager professionals, you will have to present yourself to other people. So you did now a huge step that you were able to present your idea to other people. And I wish you good luck. I wish you to have excellent job which is waiting now for you. And anytime you need, please contact me. I believe we will stay in contact, because this makes real friends. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thanks
Thank
a
you,
lot.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.